This is Walking and Talking Spirituality. And today, I want to talk about the tension between the long term and the short term in spiritual formation. I think a lot about how to set up a rule of life, how to create habits that cultivate our best self so that we can show up into the world as the person that God created us to be. And we want to have a spiritual life that's not purely aspirational, but one that can be embodied and lived out most of the time on a moment-by-moment basis. Had a wonderful conversation just a little bit over a week ago that I keep thinking about with a friend, and she told me that one of her clients was talking about gardening, and my friend has a wonderful garden in her backyard that her family's able to enjoy, and has both fruit trees and vegetables, and just something that she's been working on for, I think, something like 15 years now. And I guess one of her clients had a look at this and saw that there was fruit trees that were available, that she could go out in the backyard and pick a piece of fruit from a tree and eat it. And her client said something really interesting that I wanted to pick up on, because she said, I've spent my entire life planting flowers when I should have planted a fruit tree so that I can enjoy it in my older years. And as soon as I heard that, I thought, wow, what a dichotomy to draw between planting flowers or planting a fruit tree. And doesn't that apply to our lives in just a profound way? There's those old sayings that I like. One of them's about shade trees, but I think could easily apply to a fruit tree. The best time to plant a fruit tree or a shade tree was 20 years ago. The next best time to plant one is today. And that's a powerful metaphor. Even my friend's client, she was older. She could plant a fruit tree or a shade tree, but it wouldn't necessarily even be for her now. It would be for the next generation that was going to come after her. So think about it in your spiritual life. What if we only planted fruit trees or shade trees? Yeah, you'd be waiting a long, long time. And now in some spiritual disciplines, we have to wait. It's not an instantaneous payoff, right? But what if we only plant flowers? We get the instantaneous payoff, but we don't have that sustenance that's waiting for us down the road. So what do? Do you plant fruit trees or do you plant flowers? Why not both, right? This is one of those questions where you think, when there's two great choices in life, you should choose both. Because we don't have to make that into some kind of a false dichotomy. Are things that we can grab a hold of that give us joy in the journey. And then there's obviously, we need to have bigger goals, bigger aspirations that will take a lifetime and then some to enjoy. We don't have to wait 20 years to love our neighbor as ourselves. But 20 years from now, if we begin to nurture habits, we'll be able to love our neighbors in 20 years in profound ways with more fruit than maybe we can now. So where are you? This is a great time to think about these kind of questions. Do you have a big enough goal for your own spiritual formation? Do you sense the person that God is calling you to become? Do you have a vision of that? That's what that might look like 20, 25 years from now. But at the same time, are you planting some flowers today in your spiritual life so that you can look at those and enjoy the journey as God keeps working in our lives with grace? What do you think? Love to hear from you. Until next time, I'm Brian Russell. Thank you for taking a walk with me. Live by faith, be known by love, be a voice of hope to others. Amen.